There we go. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our ILCA 5-day challenge Monday night recap. My name is your Queen Connectress, Miss Marnita Casa, and I will be your humble hostess for this evening. Now, there is something that I always like to say, and that is we totally understand there are so many different things that you can be doing with your time, and that the nighttime is the right time for family and for preparation of the next day. So the fact that you guys decided to come on out and hear what we have to say, of course, it makes us so very happy. So again, thank each and every one of you for being here. And let me tell you something. This has been, out of all of our 5-day challenges, this has been one of the most important, one of the most engaging, and one of the most value-packed 5-day challenges that we have had yet so far. This week, we were able to learn what is cryptocurrency. What is blockchain technology? We learned about security. Why is it important in the cryptocurrency space? And we're just getting started. Tonight, we're actually going to learn how to make money in cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, but how to do that safely. So if you are new, please get ready to hear some value-packed information. And it doesn't have to stop here. Even though this is our Monday night recap call and we won't be back until the end of next month, you can actually join one of our powerful memberships. We have a gold membership that we call Inner Circle. We have a diamond membership where you get access to the courses and access to diamond classes. And then we even have a platinum membership where you get everything ILCA has to offer. And let me tell you something, that is more than any you can find out there on the market. So if you are interested in becoming a permanent member of the Ivy League Coaching Academy, please send me a message and I will send you all the information you need. As you can see, our VIPs are coming on in. Hello, everyone. Thank you guys so very much for being here. It is always good to see you. As you come in, please type your name and where you are from in that chat box. And if you have the opportunity, turn on your cameras. One of the best parts about us meeting on a Zoom call like this is that we get a chance to see all your faces and all those wonderful smiles. So I'm going to go ahead and start saying hello. First up, we have Mr. Leonard Long on the road. Hello, sir. How are you? I see you got a little friend in the back. Hello, fur baby. Thank you guys so very much for being here with us today. It is so very good to see you. I see my good friend Nathan Hansberger is here with us today. Hi, Nathan. How are you? He is coming on in from Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, you and Leonard are driving. You guys, please be careful while you are on the road. I see we also have Mr. Kenny Taylor is here with us. Hello, sir. He is coming on in from Los Angeles, California. Thank you so very much for being with us tonight. Of course, there is the Empress herself. I am talking about the lovely Miss Catherine Clement. Mwah! Hello, Empress. How are you? Thank you so very much for being here with us today. Of course, the lovely Miss Patty Geis is here with us. Hi, Patty. How are you, sweetheart? Thank you so much for being here. Of course, my friend CJ Jackson is in the house, coming on in from Arizona. Booyah. Hey, CJ. Thank you so very much for being here with us tonight. It's always good to see you. I see we have my good friend, Mr. Wild Bill. Hi, Bill. How are you? He's coming on in from St. Charles, Missouri. Of course, we have the beautiful Miss Janelle Appling is here with us, and she is coming on in from Colorado. There is Yvetta. Hi, my love. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. It is always good to see you, Queen. Of course, we also have Christina with us. So our VIPs are coming on in. Those of you who are tuning in on our YouTube channel, hello, babies. How are you? Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. And no worries, as soon as I get done presenting our presenter, or bringing up our presenter, I'm going to jump on YouTube and I will give you the link so you can actually join us on the VIP Zoom room and be part of the cool kids, as our educator likes to call it. Okay, you guys, we are at the top of the hour, so let's go ahead and get our party started. Again, thank each and every one of you for attending our ILCA 5-day challenge, Monday night recap. My name is your Queen Connectress, Miss Marnita Casa, and I am your humble hostess for this evening. Now, it is my honor to introduce you all to a man that for over 25 years dominated the direct sales industry. His cryptocurrency education is used by companies and universities worldwide. For over 8 years, he dedicated his life to learning about blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. But he didn't just stop there. He decided to go out, share his information with the masses, and this was done by putting on fun and exciting Bitcoin boot camps nationwide at no cost. He has built thriving communities and wonderful platforms like you see before you now. So without further ado, it is my honor to introduce you all to Mr. Brandon Ivey.
All right, all right. Thank you for that introduction, Miss Casa, and welcome everybody to our Monday night recap call. It's our call after the 5-day challenge, so thank you for taking time out of your schedule for being here. This has been a very, very busy day today. I hope you guys have been productive as this Monday. I will state this because we weren't able to do crypto talk this morning. Were you guys paying attention to the charts? Did you look at what was going on? It's what I predicted. The markets turned back around on the crypto side, and Bitcoin, it should be back over or touching $100,000 a coin right now. Ripple, last I saw, went up by like 20%. So the tether game, if you guys played the tether game, you would have made a lot. Now, I promised, I know, when was the last crypto talk I did? Oh, I did last night. On that Tuesday, tomorrow morning's crypto talk, I'm going to talk about the tether game, how to profit from playing the tether game and what exactly that is. So that's going to be tomorrow morning. But tonight we're not actually going to be talking about how to make money in crypto. We did that on Friday. Tonight I'm actually going to share with you guys my story. How did I get involved in crypto? How did this come about? And what the results have been and why crypto education is so important. We're going to talk about our community as well, expectations from our community, and also how we're going to double the size of this community and be able to help at least 100 people to be earning $2,500 to $5,000 a month. I'm also going to highlight again, I think I really didn't pay too much attention to this, but I think it's going to be very big based on the feedback from all of you. I asked you guys this question the other night that I think we all, especially after the 5-day challenge, we all can recognize that crypto education is important and that everybody should have it. What's exciting this past week, we covered 2 brand new courses that I had never done before, which is in security that you guys haven't seen yet, except those. And those, all the new courses will be released soon. So I love it when that happens. But I did ask a question as to why you guys think that even people in the crypto space, a part of projects that we're a part of, those communities do not engage when we're offering a free service in the 5-day challenge. And I took that to heart. And I think we have a solution for everybody. So I'm going to talk about that at the end of this as well. So let's jump on into this. Again, for those of you that are brand new and those of you on YouTube, my name is Brandon Ivey from Los Angeles, California. I'm the founder and CEO of ILCA, that stands for Ivy League Coaching Academy. Within this academy, we have multiple branches, including personal development, self-improvement, crypto, and a health division, also a marketing division that all of our members are able to be a part of. We designed this system so that no matter who you are and where you are, we have something for everybody, from the casual person who just heard about Bitcoin in passing. They don't know what it's about. Not sure if this is something they actually want to invest in, but they're curious to learn a little bit about it. We have our 5-day challenge once a month, and I do at least once a week crypto talk for the public. So we have a lot of content available at no charge for those that want to get this information in this community. Then we have those that want to hear me every single day. Some of you guys may get sick of hearing me, but some of you guys, you get upset when I'm not around. So we've got that for our inner circle. We have those who want to take their education to a higher level and they want to learn And we have our evening courses, like our diamond classes on Tuesday and Wednesday night. By the way, you're not going to want to miss that because this week we are starting on our diamond class with brand new courses and we're focusing on the security side. So tomorrow night, you're going to see a lesson that nobody has ever seen yet, not even Marnita. Marnita hasn't seen these courses yet. That's going to be tomorrow night and Wednesday night for our diamond class. Our platinum members are those who want to take it even further. Not only do they want to be able to have access to the crypto talks, diamond class, the 5-day challenge, but they actually will have access to all 13 courses, streaming courses, more than almost 200 videos at their fingertips, and access to our marketing system that we will be showing you guys even more details in the very, very near future, and the ability to earn 20% commissions by sharing ILCA to other people. And then the newest one, which, it's an aha moment that I had last week, is the partnership program. For those, it's one thing to want to be a part of our community, which we invite everybody to do. But I'm learning now that sometimes I can be in my own way. And there are other leaders and people out there who love crypto education, who want their community to be crypto educated. They just don't want to brand and promote me. And so I have something for them as well. Instead of being a member of our community, you can partner with my company and you'll have content that you'll be able to provide that is completely white labeled to you. And it has your brand and everything on it. So you'll be seeing a lot about that. We've been getting some positive feedback. And I'm like, why didn't I really do this before? But now I'm giving you an opportunity to earn 50% commissions. We're partners now. And if you ever were in a situation you have nothing to sell, nothing to give out, we have it, and it's going to be in your name. And so it's just a setup process we're going to go through. So I'll talk about that at the end. But what did we do last week? Last week we talked about on day one, what is the blockchain? Most people, and I did an AMA yesterday with MoveQuest. Most brand new people don't understand the difference between blockchain, Bitcoin, distributed ledger technology. So we kind of covered exactly what is the blockchain and gave you guys a breakdown of that. Then on Tuesday night, we covered what is cryptocurrencies. What are cryptocurrencies? You hear about it. How does it work? How do I get it? Where did it come from? It is a new form of money. It is the new financial system that we're moving to in the future. On Wednesday night, we went over a brand new course, why security is important. Let me ask you guys this question and type me in the chat box. Have you ever lost money in crypto before? Type me. Have you lost money in crypto? The one thing is, even you guys on YouTube as well, I don't know a person who hasn't. That includes Elon Musk. That includes Mark Cuban. That includes the founder of Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin. Every single person in crypto has lost money. Now, there's various reasons as to why. Let me tell you the one that hurts the most. It is when you lost money because it was stolen from you. It was stolen from you, and you could have prevented it. So we kind of go over why security is important. On Thursday night, we went over wallet security. The whole thing about crypto is that it's decentralized. You are your own bank. You are your own vault. So just as the banks have all security, you walk into a bank branch, you see a bank of cameras everywhere. Even when you go to the teller window, in that window, what do you see? There's a camera specifically for that teller window. There's a huge vault that only certain members of the staff has the key. So you have to treat your crypto, your money, your vault the same way the bank does. And if you don't know, you're at a disadvantage because there's something else too. There's a lesson that we'll be covering in the diamond class. I will never pull this out. I can't say never in the 5-day challenge, but it is a project that is called Crime as a Service. Are you familiar with that? Well, if you're in the inner circle, you're familiar with that because we talked about that. Crime as a service. These criminals are so bold now that they have actually programmed smart contracts and platforms and creating their own blockchain with one simple goal: to teach others how to steal your crypto. It is an entire industry and it is lucrative. Billions of dollars last year has been stolen from the crypto world. At least about 1 million just from the MQT community. $1 million. Think about that. We have less than 5,000 active people, and $1 million has been stolen in 6 months. And 95% of that was preventable if those individuals were educated and knew what to look out for. So I'm excited about that new course that you guys will be seeing very, very soon. And Friday night, we talked about how to make money in crypto. Now that you got this basic information and knowledge, now it's time to put it into action. There's individuals in our community who have put it into action on day one, and we still have other members in the community that have been here for 2 or 3 years and still haven't taken action yet. You'd love to learn. That's great, but you got to get off the bench and get into the game. The best learning is by actually doing. I can talk all day long and you can know the stuff, but until you actually do it, you're not going to get it. I'm going to pick on my cousin for a second because this was her. It was maybe 3 years, and she has seen everything, and I teach her everything, and I taught her about how to trade. But it wasn't until Inner Circle in our crypto talks where it was maybe 2 or 3 months, I was doing a live series on trading on LBank. And I was showing everybody exactly how I trade and how to chart it to get, if you were going to be a day trader, to be able to earn maybe anywhere between 1.5% to 2% per trade, not per day, not per week or month. Everybody likes the automatic programs out there that do it for you, but I was teaching that if you learn this skill set yourself, you are a walking ATM machine. And I don't know what it was, but the light bulb went off in Marnita's head, and she began to do her own trading on LBank without me, without my interference. And we had spreadsheets where you were keeping track of it because I showed you guys, gave you guys my spreadsheet with the calculators. Marnita was averaging around 2% per trade profit. And she was doing maybe 2 or 3 trades a day. The only thing I do jump on her about is that she stopped doing it. But she was averaging 2% per trade. Now, you might not think 2% is not a lot of money, but if you're trading with $10,000, what is 2% of 10,000? $200. That's $200 per trade. So if you're doing 2 or 3 of them, that's anywhere between $400 to $600 a day if she had $10,000 to work with. Now, I say that because I'm actually planting a seed in Miss Costa's head because of other things that we have going on outside of this, where she's going to have access to some money and you know what to do, how to flip it, which gets into me sharing my story. And Joy says, can we do the trading again? Yes, when the regulations are in place. And what do I mean by that? And Miss Casa, do me a favor, because that was a call I needed to take, but I can't because of this. Can you shoot a message to Mr. C and let him know Jabari's trying to call me, but I am live right now. So I can't pick him up. But I'm gonna get into my story. Oh, why I'm gonna wait when I do the trading again is we have a new president in office now. And the exchanges that we were trading with before are no longer available, or do we have access to? So with the new president in place now, a new SEC, we have to see how the regulations are going to play out here in the United States so that we can actively trade in US exchanges without any issues. So I've been waiting for that to kind of calm down a bit before, I'm not talking about eToro or anything, but some of the main exchanges that we can move into here in the United States. So we will probably before the summertime I think after this first quarter, going into the second quarter, we should have a pretty good idea, and then I will bring that series back in Crypto Talk, and we're probably in our Diamond class going to have to go over some of those lessons again, how to trade Bitcoin and crypto. Actually, Joyce, you're giving me a good idea. What if in one of our 5 day challenges, I kind of makes that the theme, then we go into that our Diamond class and Crypto Talks, and then we can do it live again. I think another person besides Marnita who benefited a lot from that was Leonard. Leonard figured out some of the strategies that I was doing because I also showed in the training is about you got to watch the whales. You never trade with more than $10,000 at a time. How to find tokens that have a good enough volatility. You're not looking at them long term. You're not trying to make money off the token long term. In fact, the name of the token is irrelevant. You're just looking for its volatility every day. Is it going up and down so you make your spread? So the ability to find those tokens and then how to manipulate those tokens, which I was doing. This is why I said the other day in Inner Circle, I will not trade on the MQT token because me doing that, knowing what to do, I don't want to use the word screwing over everybody else, but I'm taking that's the right word. I'm taking advantage of a community that is not educated in this space and taking your money. Because when you trade, somebody's winning, somebody's losing, right? And I always win in my trades. So I did not want to manipulate the MQT market like that. But Leonard figured out what I was doing and was undercutting me every single time. I think Provis knew what I was doing too. Some of you figured it out. But yeah, we'll get back into that. But that leads me into my story. How I got into crypto. And the back in the day, I'm going to cut out the first half of when I first joined direct sales and network marketing, and skip forward to after I retired from corporate America in 2012. So at this time, Bitcoin is already out. Bitcoin is 3 years old. 2012, I was able to retire myself, not from crypto, but I was having a lot of success in the direct sales industry. Also, the internet was exploding as well. Social media, the ability to market to more people without having to go to home meetings or a Saturday meeting or a Thursday night meeting. Back in the day in LA, we didn't have Zoom calls like we're on right now. I was an ACN, and if I wanted to go to a meeting, it was a Thursday night after work, and I live in the Inland Empire and having to drive through rush hour traffic all the way down to Century Boulevard, downtown, or right by the airport, to the Westin Hotel to see Byron Nelson every Thursday night. And then Saturdays, we called them Super Saturdays at hotels at different places, sometimes in Orange County, LA, Riverside, and going out to, and you had to physically drive. And if you wanted to recruit and share people, and in those days, we'd invite them and we'd be waiting out in the hotel lobby hoping that they'd show up, meaning they'd have to drive in rush hour traffic, coming to something they don't know about, and then they may not decide to join. Those are the good old days, right? So the internet changed everything, and it was good, and it was brought challenges as well. And one of the biggest challenges, this is a little bit to have to do with mindset. If you're old school direct selling and you are building a company, it's not just about you knowing the products and services or the compensation plan. It's about having the right mindset to be able to lead and build a team and an organization locally and across the country. And it took me 10 years to figure out how to do that effectively. But the problem was, if you were in a company and you weren't making money in those days, you only had two choices. The first choice is quit and go back to your 9 to 5 job. That's the first choice. The second choice is put your head down, learn the skills necessary to have success. Because if somebody else is making it happen, that means you can too if you just learn the right steps. Quitting was not an option in my head. I can't quit anything. I shared the story before about my very first PBR, private business reception, in direct sales, and I was completely uncoachable, didn't listen to anything my upline said, thought I knew everything. I was at Morehouse, I was a senior at Morehouse. I got this. And I screwed the whole thing up. And I was like, dang, I might as well quit. But my ego wouldn't allow me to quit. So I was forced to have to figure it out. So you either went back to your 9 to 5 job or you figured it out. And some people figured it out in 6 months. Some people it took years. It took me a decade to figure it out. Today, or even in 2012, a person had more than two options. More than two options. They can say, I'm not going to go back to 9 to 5 job. They can say, I don't have time to learn the skills necessary because I'm trying to get rich quick. I need to make money like today. So the third option and beyond was all I have to do is go to the internet, social media, and I can find somebody promoting a different company and promising that I can make more money and having to do less work. And so now you're constantly competing with a new flavor of the month every 3 months. A new business is coming out that's trying to poach the top leaders. And you're jumping ship. It's like musical chairs from one company to another. On top of that competition, that also meant that you now have a whole bunch of CEOs that don't have long-term thinking in play. And that even if you do everything right, they can pull the rug from underneath you and run off with all the money. So every 6 months to a year, I felt like I had to build over again and over again and over again. And I got burnt out from that. There was no such thing as residual income anymore. If you don't know what that means, type it in the chat box that like me, you don't know what residual income means. And if you don't, I'll briefly explain that. But that was the whole point of direct sales. The ability to do something one time and get paid on it over and over and over again. Instead, leaders were just chasing bonuses. And after 3 to 6 months, the bonuses run out and your team is not duplicating and not growing. Now, the only way for that same leader to make money is if they join another company and start all over again. Or what these leaders would do is get private deals from top companies, signing bonuses that they never disclosed to their teams. So I did not want to play that game. I said, I want to get into a market where my money can work for me. Cash flow quadrant, Robert Kiyosaki, the investor side. But what do you do if you don't have millions of dollars ready so you can be what's called an accredited investor and play that game? So the one industry that I saw that started was explode was this thing called Bitcoin and crypto. I saw people that I know that kind of disappeared, all of a sudden making a lot of money, not a little bit, but a lot of money in crypto at a time when Bitcoin was less than $1,000 a coin. And that was when I started to really start to pay attention. I said, well, maybe this thing could work. If they, again, I always thought if somebody can figure it out and do it, that means I can figure it out and do it. And I saw clowns out there making a whole lot of money that I knew nothing. I'm like, if they can do it, I know I could do it. So in 2017, I began my study. Oh, actually, right before that, the end of 2016, I bought 3 Bitcoin for $640 a piece. I was just experimenting. I created a Coinbase account, bought 3 Bitcoin, and I kind of forgot about it. It was in the end of September, beginning of October. December 2016 rolls around, and traditionally for me, the months of November, December, and January have always been the most difficult, unless I'm launching something in January. Always been the slowest time of the year for me. So I always have to, especially if you're self-employed and you budget yourself all year long to be able to take care of those months during the short times. And so that was an extremely difficult time. And I didn't have that much. So I was like, I need more money. That's the most expensive month as well. I got 2 birthdays, Christmas, getting ready for taxes and everything for December. And no new money coming in. So I was like, oh, wait a minute, I got these 3 Bitcoin. And Bitcoin had rose from $640 to $870 a coin. December 2016. I sold my 3 Bitcoin. And I thought I was the smartest guy in the world. I'm like, man, I don't even have to know about this crypto stuff. I just made some quick money off of this, right? What happened 1 year later exactly? Anybody? You guys type in the chat box. What was the price of Bitcoin December 2017? Let me see who can do that the fastest the first. What was the value of Bitcoin December 2017? Jacqueline was the first, then Judy. $20,000 a coin. Bitcoin reached an all-time high. It began 2017 right on that $1,000 bubble or right below $1,000. Ended the year at $20,000 a coin. That was the most expensive Christmas I ever had yet because I sold 3 Bitcoin. And if I held on to them, that was $60,000 worth of Bitcoin I had my hands on. And I sold it. I didn't know any better. So in 2017, I started taking this very seriously. And I started asking around to people, what is blockchain? What is Bitcoin? What does this even mean? And I even went to a local in LA crypto expo, and it was the sorriest thing I had ever seen. I wasn't impressed by the people on stage. They were only talking to out-talk each other to show who knew more. I didn't understand the lingo that they were using. And again, to me, it looked like a whole bunch of nerds up there again. It was like this is not appealing. The one blockchain expo I did go to, the real first one, was in London, England in 2018. Let me think. Anybody on here that was with me there? No, no. It was London, England in 2018 while I was in a company called KGX, Cryptogenics. But 2017, there was nothing. Only thing that was there was YouTube and Google. Do you guys know how many times I hear, Brandon, I don't need your crypto education. I'll just go to YouTube and Google. Yeah, good luck with that. Because I did. And I did because I had no choice. And after 6 months of studying on YouTube and Google, you know what I found out? That 50% of the information I received was incorrect. The other 50% was outdated because a YouTube video ages quickly, especially in the crypto space, outside of the basic, what is blockchain? What is Bitcoin? That's never going to change, that definition. But all the other stuff, it changed and it was wrong. But I learned 2 things in May 2017 that changed the course of my life. The first is that blockchain technology will disrupt every single industry on the planet today. Whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not, whether you trust it or not, your opinion of it is irrelevant. This is going to happen. And the light bulb went off for me when I saw that. I was too young to take advantage of the internet revolution. I was still 14, 15, the early 90s, high school and college, didn't have no money, didn't have any resources. My parents definitely didn't understand what was going on. They had the resources, but they didn't know. People didn't know what email was in the 90s. So I saw that this was an opportunity for me to take advantage of a technological explosion bigger than the internet. So my head went. The second thing that I learned is that cryptocurrency represents the greatest economic shift in wealth in the history of not America, of not of the West, but in the history of mankind for the most amount of people. And it's that last part that most people, even to this day, still don't get because I hear it a lot from people who still think they're intimidated by Bitcoin and crypto. They think it's just for the elites. They think it's for those who have a college education. They don't think it's something that they can learn or it's for them. Because traditionally in the past, it hasn't been for the little guy. It's always been for the wealthy. The gold rush, the third industrial revolution. It has been locked out from everybody else. So this, though, there is no barrier of entry. It doesn't matter whether you're a man, woman, child. As my son likes to tell me that this 15-year-old kid made $5 million off the Trump coin 2 weeks ago. So even a child, in fact, an 11-year-old wrote a book called The Early Bird Gets the Bitcoin. He was 11 and wrote a book on Bitcoin. It doesn't matter if you have a college degree or not, if you have a high school diploma or not. It doesn't matter what language you speak, doesn't matter what country you were born in, doesn't matter the color of your skin. There is no racism, nepotism, sexism, meritocracy. There's none of those things to hold you back. And there was only three requirements, two of which everybody already has and is using. So I don't have to teach them these two things. The first is a cell phone. Everybody has a cell phone. If you're in MoveQuest, some of you guys, if you're in the inner circle, you got more than one, like, right, CJ? But all you have to do is have a cell phone. The second thing is access to the internet. Those two things everybody does. The third, though, is where the biggest challenge is. You want to know what that is? It's called a willingness to learn. Brandon, why is that a challenge? You'd be surprised. Most people are not willing to learn. Most people, once they become an adult, never read a book in their lifetime again. Most people don't further their education. So most people are not willing to learn. Only a small percentage do. That's why I love our community. You guys, to be here, you've got to love to learn. I love to learn new stuff. Every day, I'm learning something new. The day comes where I think I know everything and heard everything is when it all ends. So every day we learn something new. So if you're willing to learn, if you got those three things, which nobody can take from you, you can write your own check in the future. I want to emphasize that. Every single one of you listening to me right now has the tools already in place to change your financial situation. Whether it's the short term, most definitely the long term. So I learned those two things in 2017 that I knew that my career path was going to be going down this road. This road. So that was May 2017. I made the decision. I'm going all in. And I had a plan. I had a plan. That summer, or that part of that year, I was involved in like real estate opportunities and deals. And the only people that were here that might have been still part of that, I know Shauna Ross was. I don't know if Jacqueline was a part of it. I know she might have heard about what we were doing in that time. But I had a deal going that was positioning me to earn $500,000 by the end of the summer. So I retired from direct sales, meaning I was not a part of any company selling a product and recruiting. You know all the network marketing companies out there. So I was not a part of any of those. The only income I was living off of was money I had saved. I made a lot of money for the years before that, and I had it set up. One thing, and here's something as far as personal development. Never, before you retire from your 9 to 5 job, you want to make sure you've got 6 months to a year worth of money set aside that can cover all of your expenses in case nothing happens for you or in case something bad happens. So I was very good at that. So I was all good, but it was running out. And so here we are, the summertime, and I knew at the end of August, I had another $500,000 coming through. And I was $250,000 was going to be setting aside for other investments and trust and all that. And then I had the other 250,000 I was putting into crypto. So I figured when I launch my crypto career, I've got my education, I got the knowledge, and now I have $250,000 to work for me. And I was going to flip that $250,000 to 7 figures very quickly. That was the goal. Well, sometimes when you have a plan, it doesn't always work out the way it's planned, even if it looks like it's foolproof, because in this plan, it was 95%, 99% in the bag. The deal was done. The negotiations was finished. The contracts were signed almost. And it all came down to one individual, the main guy who we fought to get this deal for. All he had to do was sign the paperwork with the notary. He decided last minute because his wife or kid, whatever, they wanted to go on like a 2 week long vacation out of the country in August before school. And didn't tell anybody either. Spontaneous. He just up and went. And we were trying to track him down on the phone because he thought he signed everything he needed to. But there was the last main paperwork was the last thing. And he signed other stuff. We finally tracked him down. And he's like, he was going to come. Like, I already signed everything. What do you think? We're out here celebrating. No, you need to sign one more thing. We'll just fax it to him. No, it got to be a notary in America. And he basically said, I'll do it when I get back. And then nobody could reach him again. And by the time he did come back to sign it, the timeline that he had to have that signature done had passed. So for us to get that deal again, we'd have to start the process all over again, which would have taken another 2.5 to 3 months. See, this was working the whole summer we were working this deal. So now I expected $500,000. How much did I get? Nothing. And my money ran out that I had saved that I was living on from January all the way to August because I wasn't working a network marketing opportunity. I was living on my own money because I knew I had $500,000 coming through. 99% there to the finish line. And when that happens, you're halfway there. Halfway. And now I was in one of the worst situations in my life. No income. Now, the thing though is, I did develop a skill set that if I'm really down and out, I'm only 60 days away from going right back to $10,000 a month. All I have to do is choose an opportunity, put my head down and build it. But that's not overnight. It still takes time. So I'm always a good 60 to 90 days away from if I have to start over in anything, right back to 10,000, 20,000 a month. I don't have 60 to 90 days. I got to pay bills and rent by the end of the month. I didn't have the money. I had to borrow from my father. And I had to do something that was worse than that. Get a job. So you have to understand, if you're working a 9 to 5 job, your worst fear is getting that pink slip one day or getting fired or laid off. Because that's your source of income to protect your family, to feed your family, pay for your mortgage or your rent. So it's devastating if you lose your job. Most people are one paycheck away from being on the street. But if you're an entrepreneur and self-employed, the worst thing is to have to go back to a job. You know, you're used to a certain lifestyle. And I had been used to a lifestyle for years. And the idea of having to go back to a job was killing me. It's like I'm going back to the plantation. I just broke free, but I had to do what I had to do. And I ended up getting hired. Was it DirecTV? I think DirecTV it was. And they hired me for this management program in Southern California. And I would have to travel between San Diego, LA, Santa Barbara, San Francisco. And the training program would take 6 months, but in that program, I'd have to learn everything about the job, which meant also the sales floor. So some weekends they wanted me to have to go either to a Costco or to a big box store and sell services to people walking up and down the aisles and whatnot. I had to learn how to do that. I was in training program. So the day I was supposed to start my job, I had my little DirecTV shirt on. I didn't plan on telling this part of the story, but I have a picture of it. And I went outside and I took a picture of myself, and it's a picture of me smiling. And I got the shirt on to be my first day on a job. I ain't worked a job in years. And it looks like he's happy. But sometimes, don't let a smile fool you. I was an ultimate depressed. You don't know what's going on behind that smile in those eyes. And I stopped myself and said, I can't do this. I'm not going to do this. And I made a decision and I took a risk. I went back in the house, took off that shirt and threw it in the trash. So I never had a day one back on a job. And I said, I'm going to make this crypto thing work. My back's against the wall. I had no option. Failure was not an option, only success. Problem though, my game plan was to start with $250,000. I only had 30 bucks to use. There's a difference between 250,000 and $30. I only had that to use. And I knew how to trade. And I had a trading buddy at the time. And that's why I tell you guys too, or a Bitcoin buddy, a partner. When you're first getting started off, have a partner that you can chat with all the time and bounce ideas off of. I have this community for everybody now, but before that, I only had a partner. And he and I had both learned how to trade, and we were ready to do our very first trade on the exchange was called Poloniex at the time. And 24 hours after we get it set up, 24 hours later, my partner called me up and he was all excited. He had made all this money. He said, how'd you do, B? How'd you do? I said, I hadn't done it yet. He said, what are you talking about? I said, I'm afraid to hit the button. He said, what? I said, yeah, I'm afraid to trade. Now we had done practice trades and stuff, but now we're dealing with real money. And it was money that I couldn't afford to lose, even though it was only 30 bucks. And he said, man, hit that button. So I did it. I made my very first trade. I got a screenshot of it somewhere. I got to go digging. And I made 3%. I did my 3.25, 3% on my very first trade. Now, earning 3% on $30 is pennies. That ain't nothing. But I was so excited because then in my mind, I thought, what if I was trading with $10,000? And I did 3% on my own trade. That's $300. And I thought to myself, what if I'm able to pull $300 a day or 3% a day per trade? That's like $9,000 a month without having to recruit anybody, without having to sell a product, without having to talk to anybody. That's another thing I was burned out on. I was constantly on the phone, three-way calls and Zooms and presentations and all that. I was burnt out. Do you mean to tell me I can make $9,000 a month off my own money? So now I said, all I need to do is get my hands on $10,000 so I can trade with it, right? So a long story short on that, I was able to flip that $30 into six figures by Christmas. A little bit of luck happened also that at the same time, Bitcoin went from 1,000 that year to $20,000. So I was able to ride the wave up, but not that much because I didn't have a whole lot already in it. Like people who had 50 Bitcoin at the beginning of the year because it was only, $600-700 a coin. I didn't have that. I flipped my $30 into 60, 60 into 120, 120 into 400, 400 into 700 and 800. I took $700 and I put it on an ICO called Electronium at the time. And then I kind of forgot about it. Now, when people say, well, Brandon, yeah, you got lucky because Bitcoin went up to 20,000 that year. Here's what really happened after that. January 2018, Bitcoin was coming down. And it came all the way down eventually to around $3,000 a coin, from 20,000 to 3,000. And the media's, oh, Bitcoin's crashing. I made more money when the market was going down than when the market was going up. Again, because of the tether game, which I'm going to talk about on Tuesday. Well, tomorrow morning, Crypto Talk. I knew when to sell. I knew when to buy. Buy low, sell high. I knew not to panic. I knew to do the opposite of what the masses were doing. And I won every time. And that Electronium company, when it started making waves in January, they were talking about, oh, this is going to the moon. It's going to be worth $100 a coin and da da da. And I looked at it, and I knew how to read the chart. I knew how to read the project. I said, there's no way in the world this is going to $100 a coin. But they had their Reddit channels and YouTube and Twitter and their AMAs, and they were hyping this thing up. The creator of the project was calling it the UK version of Bitcoin and blah, blah, blah. And my partner at the time too was like, oh man, Brandon, by the summertime, you know how wealthy we're going to be on this? Because I put $700 on, but he put, I think, about $8,000 on it at the time. And I looked at the chart and said, by this time it had gone up to 17, about 20, $21. So 21 cents. 21 dollars or cents. I got to look that up again. Don't remember. But I knew there was no way it was going to 100. And when it started to come down, I told my partner, I said, yo, we need to sell this. He was like, are you crazy? Nah, man, patience. Sit on this for 6 months. We're gonna look good by the summertime. And I said, it's not gonna happen the way they're talking about it. We need to sell. And he was like, you don't, Brandon, you don't need the money. Because at the time we was pulling like $1,500, $2,000 a day in crypto. So I didn't need the money. Now that's a turnaround. Going from $30 in August to 1,500 to 2,000 a day by January. But it wasn't about needing the money or not. I knew what the market was doing. But I listened to him and I didn't sell it when it was at 21. It fell down to 17. And I said, no, hell no, I'm selling this. And I sold. I made $60,000 in one day. I also learned a lesson too, because I made the mistake of having that wallet attached to my MetaMask. I mean, not MetaMask, my Uphold account. And Uphold was the account I was using when I sold my Bitcoin back to my bank account. This is when I learned the concept that I needed to have a utility wallet. And I'm going to talk about that too tomorrow, because every time I say utility wallet, that throws people off. People think, hey, Brandon, can you tell me where I can get that utility wallet? Nah, the utility wallet is whatever wallet you're using to do your day-to-day crypto transactions all around the blockchain. It's not the wallet where you're holding all your money in. So it doesn't matter if it's Coinbase, Exodus, MetaMask, Trust, Crypto.com. It doesn't matter. It's whatever wallet you choose. So I learned my lesson, because when that 60,000 hit Uphold freaked out and was like, where did this money come from? You have to do more KYC. We're locking you up till we know what's going on. And then they also had to report that, well, I'm going to say have to, reported it to the IRS. All right. So like the immediate taxes and stuff on that. So I learned my lesson from that one. So I never did that again. But the other people who didn't listen to me, they didn't sell. And it went all the way down and has never come back up since. While my partner was in a position to earn more than $1 million, or I think it was 750 something $1,000 had he sold it when I sold it. He got nothing, nothing. And because of that, some people in our circle contacted me and said, Brandon, we're starting a company called Cryptogenics, and we want to teach, we want to get into some mining, and we want to teach crypto education. Can you create crypto education courses for us to teach the people what you know? Because I was already at this time starting to do crypto talks every day too. That's when Provis was on there too. So I started doing crypto talks. And so I did, and I wasn't the only one. Some of the videos that you see now, Bitcoin 101, Crypto Advanced, How to Trade Bitcoin and Crypto, come from me making courses for that company. That company made $5 million in 8 months off of my crypto education. We started doing Bitcoin boot camps. Very first one was in Chicago. Melanie Davis was there. I think Jacqueline Briggs was there. Gina Muhammad wasn't at the first one. She was at another one we did, I think, the next year or so. And then I started traveling around the country doing free Bitcoin boot camps. Philadelphia, Florida, Texas, multiple cities, Chicago, Seattle, Vegas. And this was all before COVID. COVID had to stop all of that. I started the University of Nigeria during COVID, asked me if they could use my courses to teach for their e-learning online training campus. And then other companies asked if I could consult for them. So that's what I was doing during those years. But I also saw that these CEOs don't always have the best intentions of their community. They're saying one thing, but I'm crypto educated. I know what's real and what's not. Some of you witnessed that with the whole Nugent thing. I said, that's not possible. Cut it out. Dazzle, cut that out. But everybody else is eating it all up. And that's why you end up losing. And I said at some point, I think the WCL was the last real straw. That if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. And I came up with the idea of creating my own crypto platform. The first was called Three Course Crypto, and that was like an experiment to see if I could package it together and get it out there myself. And then I upgraded to say it was the summer of 2021 where I said I want to create a play on my name, Brandon Ivey, Ivy League Crypto Academy. And I remember telling Marnita about that the summer of 2020. I said, what do you think about that? If I create that, I'm going to kill the three course crypto. I'm going to hire a whole marketing firm and I'm going to launch it January 2022. And that gives me 6 months to put it together. So 6 months and a lot of money. There's another thing too, where people on the personal development side that you've got to understand. If you want more out of life, more than what you're currently getting, there's a cost to that. It doesn't happen for free. See, broke-minded people want to get rich and put nothing in. not not their time and definitely not no money. They don't want to put nothing in and expect to be rich in a week. See, if you're as an entrepreneur, you know that you got to understand that you're not only going to have to put in a lot of time, you're going to have to put in a lot of money, but then you may go months, maybe even some years without seeing a profit. So it always works like this. When you get started, you work, 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 get a little bit paid, work, 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 get paid again. Work, 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 get paid, work, get paid, get paid, get paid, work, paid, 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 paid. Then all of a sudden, it's like an avalanche and the money just flows. And the money you earn today is based off work you did 3 months ago. Okay, you gotta understand that. That's why I said I'm always 60 to 90 days away from back to getting 10,000, 20,000 in anything that I do. I got to put in the work first. Most people don't want to work. That's right, Carl. You've been back in those days. Most people don't want to work. So I put in 6 months of work time and a lot of money to get ILCA off the ground in January 2022. And 3 years later, we're still here. See, I don't need to fake the funk like other CEOs do. My intent is for ILCA to be here forever, as long as I'm here and beyond. You know, I have, I don't know, thousands of hours worth of content recorded, and this is growing every single year. It's designed to be a legacy learning for you and your families, and a legacy for my family, and extended well beyond I'm gone from here. So I wanted to build a community of like-minded individuals to be in a safe haven, no matter what your background is, to be able to learn, to know that there's no such thing as a stupid question. None. We all had to get started at some point, and to create it in a way where we have something for everybody. Of course, if I had it my way, all of y'all would be platinums, but you may not be ready for that. So if you're just an inner circle, that's fine. If all you did was purchase the courses, that's fine. We're going to have something for everybody. Now, I did have a mental shift, and I will share with all of you guys. The only one that I've shared this with was really Marnita. But I did have a mental shift that's also scary for me coming into 2025. I want to grow ILCA and expand it. So I'm going to be having a much bigger support team and staff. I take this serious. And we're going to be hiring more people. We're going to be doing more things. We're going to have a marketing budget to be able to get ILCA in thousands of people's faces every single month. But all that also costs money. It's interesting. I did not create ILCA to make money. I created ILCA so that I can control my own content and my brand that I felt these other CEOs that I was consulting for was messing up. But to take it to the next level, I got to make money with it so that I can expand this to be the ultimate vision of what I wanted to be. And the last few years, my idea of expanding it was still offering at a certain price that everybody could have, but being involved in other network marketing opportunities, taking a profit from that to fund my ILCA company. And the last few years, we have seen how that has worked out. We've done the work. We've had the success. We've brought these other companies millions of dollars, and we only earn maybe 10 to 15% of that, only for them to let us down every single time, except for the Move Quest, which is another thing. Move Quest, 100% of everybody has won. 100%, $25 million. So my mindset was using the profit from those companies to fund my ILCA, and I had the thinking wrong. So 2025, I flipped that. Instead, is put the focus on my own freaking company. Where you put your attention, that's where the grass grows. As this is the main thing. And then use the profits from this to fund other things and other investments and other sources. And that is a big mental shift for me because this is all I've known for the last 25 years. This is what has walked me off my job for the last 12 years. Now, does that mean I'm never going to take part in direct selling or network marketing? Oh, absolutely, I am. But with a different focus and a different way on how we move. Jim Rohn says all the time, success is not in doing certain things, it's in doing things in a certain way. Wallace D. Wattles also says that as well in The Science of Getting Rich. It is not in doing certain things, it's doing certain things or doing things in a certain way. So I'm still going to do the same thing. I'm just going to do it in a certain way. Hence, ILCA Health, ILCA Elite. The focus is ILCA. Nobody better call me up about nothing if it doesn't have anything that's going to benefit ILCA in our community. I've turned down more than 15 opportunities in the last 3 weeks? Mm-mm. Yeah, we might make some money short term, but it doesn't benefit what we're trying to do long term. So we've got a goal in this community, 100 members. That's either on our gold, diamond, or platinum membership. We are adding so much value, it's insane. Where really the value of my education is $5,000 to $10,000. I'm giving it away almost for free. So for me to be able to do that, there's some numbers I want to hit so that I don't have to switch my idea again and say, look, I know what my value is, and this is what the charge is. If you can afford it, you can. If not, so what? Tough luck. I'm not going down that road yet. But we've got so much value for everybody. So if you're in the inner circle, guess what? You're getting everything you were getting previously, plus 15 courses that you didn't have access to before if you don't have the courses. If you're a current Diamond member on the $99 a month, you're grandfathered there for the rest of the year. You don't jump up to 115, 114.99. Platinum members, you still got our Diamond classes. I'm sorry, all Diamonds also getting 6 courses. 6 courses. Almost half the courses we have, almost 100 videos. And then our Platinum members is getting access to every course and every new course that comes out if you're as a Platinum member, and you're earning 20% commissions. But then what I'm excited about is the becoming a partner with ILCA. Marnita went over this a little bit last night, showing you guys the interface with the back office, what you're going to be able to do with it. You're going to be able to track your own database, your own contacts that's coming in. You'll be able to communicate them with our system. We already have a merchant account attached to it, so we're collecting the money. You earn 50%, and I'm giving you a product that you can sell with your face on it and not mine. So that is going to be a huge deal. Now, if you are not part of ILCA and you want to be a partner, the setup fee is $2,500 to set up one time and $199 a month to maintain. That is peanuts compared to what I paid. And then if you are a member of ILCA, I'm cutting that down. It's only $1,000 to set up one time and $199 a month to maintain. You can set up, if any of you guys, even right now, if you say, yeah, Brandon, I'd like to be a partner because now you're going to earn 50%. So if you're selling like the $399 course right now, you earn almost $200 for every sell yourself selling my courses instead of 20% if you're a platinum member. So it pays for itself and you're branding you, which is a good look. I wish I had that option when I first got started instead of me creating this whole thing myself. And the platform is there that what if you have your own products and things that you might want to sell? You'll be able to add it onto our system and sell whatever content you have. I have another client that's a partner with us. He's got his own personal development coaches, courses and training material that he wants to add on to his own and sell it along with mine. And that's perfectly fine as well. So I'm real excited about that. And I think that's going to solve what the feedback you guys gave me, that even if I look at MoveQuest, that there are a lot of leaders in MoveQuest who know what ILCA is. They know that this would be valuable information to their people, but refuse to promote for their people to get this crypto education because they are, as CJ says, they're afraid of promoting me and that their team will want to be my team. Most of them are forgetting that 85% of everybody in MoveQuest since we got started is already in my downline anyway. You're already on my team. They just don't know it, but they're afraid of that. So I want to take that fear away and say, look, I'm not in competition with you. Let's partner together and nobody even sees my face. And now it's all about you and your community. So I'm excited about that. We're gonna really get that out there and push that out so that my goal is I want, especially MoveQuest, I want the MoveQuest community to be educated one way or another because if they're educated, it helps all of us out on this journey. So that is it. That's all I wanted to share tonight. Kind of wanted to share with you guys a story, what we have, what we're working on right now. Plus, we're going to be having as soon as I'm finished with these 3 courses and releasing them, next I will be working on, or we will be working on with the ILCA Health and also our certification, so that we have that in place. And then we'll be moving on to our other fun things that we're going to be doing with you guys. Also, getting back on the road again, doing some Bitcoin boot camps and ILCA events, and also going back to, we used to go to at least 2 to 3 blockchain events a year. So we're going to go take advantage of those and then do ILCA events at the same time in different cities. So I can't wait to do that. But to do that, I've got short-term goals we got to make. We got to get this community size a little bigger. If every single person that's already a member right now just shared it with one person who became a member, we doubled in size. I just want you to think of that. If every single person that's already a member right now shared it with just one more person to become a member, not only do you earn a commission, but you just help double the size of our community. And then we can do a lot. Also, those of you who have already pre-ordered the courses, sometime this week or so, you will already be getting, remember I said the first 20 people who ordered are getting something special from ILCA. So expect to be getting that very soon as well for those first 20. The rest, you have up till the 15th of this month, February. Also, we'll be giving you 5 extra courses the Bitcoin halving courses. That's not even nobody has access to that. So I'll be giving you that. For those of you who say, Brandon, I want to be a partner, schedule. This is what I need you to do. And you want to do this ASAP. Oh, well, Ms. Casa, you type in the chat box my calendar. It's winwithivy.org. Schedule in the calendar ASAP, because if you get in there first, yours will be done first. It doesn't happen overnight. It's going to take 2 to 3 weeks to get that, because it's your brand to get that up. So we got to get with you, go over what it is that you want, what colors you want to have, and what you wanted to say. That's going to be a little bit of process, because again, you're being a partner with me. So to schedule that, and then for those of you who also just want one-on-one help, I have one-on-one consulting. You can still also schedule with me as well with winwithivy.org. Yeah, winwithivy.info is scheduled for the business with me. Winwithivy.org is to schedule the one-on-one consultations if you want to have with me. So with that, I'm excited about where we're going to be going with 2025 with my new focus. This is scary a little bit as well, because I'm stepping out doing something I've never done before. Now, ILCA has been kind of like on autopilot the last couple of years. Now, it is my focus, period. I hope you guys understand this. And I think that we can make this we're already world recognized, but I think we're about to take it to the next level. AI already knows who we are. Go to your AI and ask, who is Brandon Ivey in ILCA? And you'll see some positive stuff about us. So with that, thank you guys for being here tonight. Oh, yeah. One last thing too I need to address. If you are a member of our community, understand that you represent our community and our standards. And so when you are out and about and you're wearing the ILCA brand, you're an ambassador for all of us. So always remember that in your activities, and that, because you're helping to promote the community as well. And we want to be an inclusive community. We want people to want to be a part of us and not away from us. So just keep that in mind as you're out there and interacting with, especially if you're a part of programs that we're promoting, whether it's Fix, MoveQuest. I got to give a shout out to Miss Marnita Casa, because something's about to go down for her in Fix. Now, I'm public right now. I want to give a sneak peek, but I can't because I'm public. So in Inner Circle Crypto Talk tomorrow, I'm going to show you guys a sneak peek of something that Marnita has accomplished all on her own. And Fix is recognizing that. And that's part of our ILCA health. I mean, you've seen her weight loss journey. I've had a weight loss journey. I'm wearing a watch right now that I haven't worn in 2 years, and it's light on me. It's sliding a little bit because of the weight I lost. I think I was over 220 when I wore this last time. And right now I'm at 203, last I checked. But we're going to have a lot of fun with you guys, and be prepared as well. We're going to do a lot of recognition. And I know people I want to recognize you guys for the work you're doing. I want to give a shout out not only to Miss Casa, but also to Joyce. Joyce has been doing an excellent job behind the scenes you guys don't know about yet. But Joyce has been helping out with Miss Casa and doing a lot of things. And we're going to have some others that's also like, I just posted a video today on my Facebook about crimeware as a service. I didn't create that video. Guess who did? Leonard Long did. So we've got a lot of talent in our community that we can't wait to tap into. And the bigger we are, the more value we're bringing to everybody. So again, I want, from my heart, let me do it this way, not the Elon Musk way. My heart goes out to all of you guys. And I want you guys to know that I appreciate everything that you've done and you're doing for our community. And I don't forget it either. You guys are the ambassadors, the first ones for us. So with that, I will see you guys on the Inner Circle tomorrow. If you're on YouTube and you're not a part of our Inner Circle, go to ilcacryptonews.com and register. It's only $49. It pays to be in the Inner Circle. I'm going to be sharing tomorrow the tether technique. Once you know this technique, it can never be taken from you, and you're a walking ATM machine. So we're going to cover that tomorrow morning. and I'm going to show off a little sneak peek of what Marnita is about to be recognized for. And the next Move Quest presentation will be on Wednesday. That Ms. Casa, were you doing that? Or am I doing that one? I'm doing that one. All right. So I'm doing that one plus our strategy call right after that presentation, our Move Quest strategy call. I'm behind, guys, on the hatchery. I know nothing. You guys know far more than I do. But we're gonna meet on Wednesday as well. So with that, take care. Enjoy the rest of your Monday evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Brandon Ivey out. Bye bye.